One of the things that I've been grossly disappointed with over the last, I'm going to say 15 years or so, is the behavior of the Arab Gulf states vis-a-vis the Palestinians. Now, I get it. I lived through the first Gulf War. For those of you who don't know the background, Yasser Arafat was the head of the Palestine Liberation Organization at the time. And there were two members of the United Nations Security Council at the time, Cuba and Yemen, that we were a little worried about. So Saddam Hussein invades Kuwait, and the Bush administration goes to the Security Council for use of force. We tell the Cubans, we don't have any sway over the Cubans, we tell the Cubans and the Yemenis, you better vote yes on use of force, because we had the Russians with us, the Chinese, the British, the French, all the permanent members. We're going to liberate Kuwait. The right thing to do is to vote yes. The Cubans and the Yemenis voted no. But Yasser Arafat came out in support of Saddam Hussein. Well, there were 6 million Yemenis in Saudi Arabia as guest workers. Literally every single one of them was expelled. Yemen has never recovered. In fact, it's way worse now. It collapsed the government. Every Palestinian was thrown out of Kuwait. And not just Kuwait. We liberated Kuwait a couple of months later. Every Palestinian was thrown out. But they were also thrown out of Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Oman, and the United Arab Emirates. Well, they were the middle class, the Palestinians. They were
most well-educated
the
people,
lawyers, the engineers, the professors,
dentists,
the dentists and doctors and the bankers, the entire middle class. The Palestinians have never recovered from that stupid decision to support Saddam Hussein. And so here we are all these years later. We're talking now 36 years ago this happened. 36 years ago. Is it still, do you think, because of that decision in August of 1990 that the Arab Gulf states continue to have their backs turned to the Palestinian people?
There's a real fear. When I'm there, the only Gulf state I'll go to anymore is Qatar. Mm-hmm. I just get angry at how the migrant workers are treated. I get so angry. I'm from Hawaii. My parish is all Filipino, and I go there and I see it and I get angry, and so I don't go. In Qatar, I see it. I see how with dignity the migrant workers are treated. From my experience. The Israeli lobby will say that they were kicked out because they're such dirty, awful. They're Amalek. They're awful.
Just simply not true.
I wrote an article after my first visit to the. Actually, we were evacuating wounded Christian women and children from Gaza into Egypt.
Right.
We would bring them at the border. We would take them to Cairo. We had a clandestine studio because even Egypt didn't want us interviewing these people. And while I was interviewing them, I'm running the operation to rescue them, but I still had all these preconceived notions. And as I'm interviewing them, I realized I had been indoctrinated, that I had been such a bigot. I had interviewed women who the IDF came into their house, bombed their house, smashed their statues of Mary, put on their underwear.